Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to From the Depths with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome to my now fully functioning supply line. In today's episode, we are going to get some serious expansion done. We are going to be attacking this very weird-looking outpost. In fact, I'm going to try and actually land nearby to see if I can take over some of these buildings, including the watchtower, the ballista, the large house, and the small house. I'm going to try to take over this resource zone here, which is all infinite resources, which is absolutely beautiful, and I'm even going to take over this one over here, even though, honestly, it's almost not worth it at this point, but there is a reason why I want to take over this small section. First of all, it means that the Onyx watch has pretty much no power in this whole section then. Also, I can test out my lovely little clown bulwark. I've almost got it fully healed now, so I think it's only fair we send it against the Onyx watch themselves, a lovely traitor bulwark. And then later, I would like to see bulwark versus bulwark, but with our bulwark using different shells for its cram cannon. It's going to be a bit of a weird episode, I feel, but we are going to get a lot done. Then after this, I actually want to create 2 new ships. Well, 1 new ship and 1 new aircraft, but that'll probably be in the next episode. I've already started work on them because I feel like things are getting a bit stale using the same vehicles over and over, and sadly the airship will be quite a while before it's completely finished. So I'll be right back once the bulwark is completely healed and we have some extra scrap, and I send it against these very weak Onyx Watch forces. Is it just me who thinks that these numbers look oddly hypnotic? Maybe it's just me, but I have been staring at this screen for about 3 minutes now whilst repairing the bulwark. My life has really came to this moment. Scrap smelters may be the best thing in this game. Completely boring and completely number-based, simply turning metal into scrap, but my god have they sped everything up. We have sadly ran into a problem, which is the faction ships, the ships which the other factions use, kind of run off their own sort of rules. They don't really have any resources to use. Their resource zones, when you capture them, simply slow down how fast they create new ships. They don't actually have a pool of resource for them to use, and because of this, they can go a bit extreme on things like engine usage and how much fuel they use up, because as you can see right now in the right-hand corner, we are using up a ridiculous amount of fuel, and I mean like hundreds per second, so I'm going to have to do a bit of reworking before we actually continue with this vessel, because, well, quite frankly, I can't actually keep up with the resource demand. We're going to have some fuel refineries at very minimum, and perhaps a very small engine rework, because otherwise this bulwark doesn't have enough fuel to even go to the next tile, let alone actually be in combat with all of these shields. Here we go into the first battle. So thankfully, oil actually turns into fuel when you're moving around, and you don't really use up the normal amount of fuel if you're not currently spawned into the world. I think this is because the shields don't count as being on unless you're actually, well, in the world and having the shields on. It makes complete sense, honestly, and I'm not quite sure why I thought otherwise. Either way, the bulwark versus a single pioneer. I do kind of feel sorry for the pioneer, but at the same time, we're kind of scorching our own eyes by keeping this thing online, to be honest. I mean, just look at it, it is kind of amazingly bad. Flat cannons, they're exploding everywhere but on the target. I'm just waiting for the cram cannons to actually hit, to be perfectly honest. This poor little thing. Look how many guns are on this thing, though, for its size. Did that just deflect the entire first volley? Second volley doing a bit of damage. Honestly, not that impressed. I have been looking at the cram cannons on the bulwark, and it really does seem to be number over quality. The cannons themselves really aren't all that powerful. They certainly get the job done. It's just a matter of, I think the strength of the bulwark is just the fact it has so many guns and so much armor. It tends to win in a much more drawn out battle. In smaller battles, it kind of shows its weakness, honestly. Still looking darn impressive though when it's attacking. Let's have another quick look at our very impressive bulwark. Yep. This is the thing which is going to be killing the Onyx watch, guys. Completely reasonable. Okay, first enemy down, let's continue. I do want to actually make a few changes to this bulwark, just to see how certain things work. Now, one thing I did want to do is actually change some of the cannons. I wanted to change them from explosive to frag or hardener pellets, which is actually the armor-piercing rounds, but it really does seem like they just don't cram enough stuff into the shell for it really to be worth it. So I think I may just keep them as they are and have a small fleet of them, because why not have a multicolored, very curious circus of Onyx watch ships? Second battle, this time versus a cauldron. Okay, the cauldron's actually shooting back this time, and let's see if it does any damage to our shields. Well, does any damage get through the shields, and a little bit did. Not too much, mostly just superficial. Oh, I didn't actually see the second ship there. What is that? It's actually using missiles. It is a pinnacle. Oh, okay. I didn't realise the pinnacle had missiles. Apparently it does. Thankfully we have flares, so they're going to be absolutely useless. Those flak cannons are very weak. Even as flak goes, that definitely is something I will want to change if I do want to keep on using the bulwark. The cram cannons would take a lot of changing, but the advanced cannons would just be a very short bit of renovation. Ooh, nice shot. And down goes the pinnacle. And the cauldron isn't looking much better. A second victory for the bulwark, and now that this is out of the way, this victory, we can actually get straight to the resource zone and start harvesting from there. At that point, I'm going to get the bulwark to go past each of these little resource nodes all the way back to our main resource zone, and then we'll go forwards to conquer yet another. Oh. All those shells going to waste. That's one resource zone completely harvested, other than the crystal. So now that's out the way, I'm just going to go ahead and go through each of these little resource nodes, collecting all of the resource. And if I don't actually have enough space on the bulwark, I can always just add more resource capacity. Thankfully, it's very, very cheap. That's not even using fuel, is it? I was very silly earlier, to be perfectly honest. I didn't realise how fuel worked. I very rarely use it. Oh, we are actually full of resource. Okay. That was quick. Hello, bulwark. How you doing? Raw resources. We could just add loads of misc, but that's not really too important. Honestly, I don't really need natural resource, but at this stage, I would like to see all of those X's to be gone from the map. They've been there way too long at this stage. I am indeed mirroring. Well done thee for remembering. There's our metal storage. Then here's some extra natural. I'm sure this won't mess up the buoyancy in any way whatsoever. Then we want some more oil. And then all the rest as well. Which is pretty much just scrap. Also, I just knocked down a wall. Now that will mess up things, but we're going to pretend it won't and simply ignore it. I'm sure that won't bite us in the butt in the future in any way. Also, maybe I should actually look where I'm adding these things. And then we'll add a couple of misc as well, just in case. There we are, we can now hold 463,000 natural. Yeah, we should be okay. Well, I completely missed these two ships, went away, made myself some tea, came back, and then noticed that my ship was stuck in the middle of the ocean, and not harvesting all the resource, so yay, about 15 minutes of gameplay wasted there. Let's just get straight into it. I'm not even going to bother looking at what the ships are, let's just kill them using the might of the traitorous bulwark. Now sadly, where I am, I can't not control some of the cannons, it's actually quite annoying. I'm hoping that isn't really affecting things. Ooh, a clear sky. No rain, no snow, no nothing. Nice. Now that ship gives me an idea. Okay, this is a pinnacle. Now the pinnacle here gives me an idea. That there is a laser defense system, which can now fire at cram cannons in addition to everything else. What if we use the area of the battleship, which was the missile launcher, and we change it for a giant laser system to take down cram shells? That would be hideously overpowered against the Onyx Watch, and honestly at this stage, I think that's completely okay. Lovely. It actually works. Okay, I wasn't going to show off this vehicle until next episode, but just the fact it has basic controls sorted. This is my manually controlled thruster craft. I don't know why I actually made this. I was making it a while ago just for the fun of it, and well, now here we are. It's not that quick, it's about 20, and it has complete throttle control and of course complete controls of everything else. I am controlling pitch, I am controlling turning left and right, and I'm even controlling the single weapon, which is that little bomb I just dropped there with the flare, just to see where it actually is. This is a prototype. It's incredibly silly, incredibly basic, but it does have a nice system where if it gets too close to the water, it will turn into a hovercraft so that I don't actually sink, because I am prone to being incredibly stupid and randomly nosediving. Let's do a bit of stress testing, shall we? And automatic systems, thank you very much. Yep, it currently has no name. I don't think I'm ever going to name it because of how silly it is. But this is my little manually controlled thrustercraft, which is now going on a lovely journey to see if we can see this enemy here with the watchtowers and everything. Because it's so cheap, I'm going to suicide run it into the enemies and then surrender, and then simply get it repaired and then come back when I have some more forces, so I'm not instantly taken out of the battle. Or of course I could simply jump ship when we get close enough, and then we could try and capture some of those buildings. Why do I have barrels here? You know, this is pretty much the result of drunk engineering. The best engineering. Our first field assignment using the thrustercraft. Let's start off as high as possible. Honestly, let's just go head on, and let's see if we can make it over the village, drop a single bomb, probably be shot at, and then make it over this mountain. If we can make it past the mountain, I have no problem with landing this thing, and then jumping on over and doing a bit of sabotage. At that stage, I think I've earned it, because we could just spawn in now and jump on over, but that feels so darn cheap. Let's do it in the more silly fashion. Please have no anti-air, that would be lovely. Okay, going to just change camera modes, even though it does make controlling this way harder. Oh, stop. Change direction as much as possible. Darn, there's a fast shot. Dropping the bomb. That's not going to hit anywhere near. Come on, we can make it. Just keep on moving weirdly. Is that bomb going to go anywhere near? I can't. Okay, we're now completely losing control of the aircraft. I'm just allowing it to move forwards, and boom! Such tiny damage. But we actually bombed it. Going to drop another bomb anyway. We actually survived. I can't believe that. We literally survived that. And using the power of that hovercraft mode, that should work on solid surfaces. I am manually pressing down right now, so if I let go of the mouse, sorry, the keyboard, I should now stay put. Yes, perfect. Well done, you. Kind of proud of that. Kind of proud, well done. Wait, is that shooting through the mountain? Oh, well, this is not a safe space at all. Then in that case, we may as well just go right towards them. If they're going to keep on shooting us through the mountain using some very, very odd physics, then yeah. How do I get onto the chair? Fine, let's press that so we manually get put in there. Well, so automatically do. Back up we go. They seem to have run out of ammo, though. Perhaps they're on belt-fed loaders, because they can definitely fire at me from here, but for some reason they're not choosing to. We are damaged quite badly, actually. One of our stabilizers is gone. That's why we're tilting so much. They're now able to shoot me fully. I'm really hoping I didn't just move from a completely safe place to a not safe place, dropping the bomb on the house, because why not? And we're going to crash into this. Or gently come to a stop next to it. Stop! Stop time! So there's our bomb we just dropped. which I believe is 2 frag warheads, 1 magnet and a flare. Then we have this. So where is your AI? There it is, at the back. Anywhere else? It has 2, both on those 2 sides. Thought I'd check. Okay, let's do a bit of minigunning. Of course, there were 2 AI mainframes on this thing. I just couldn't see it. Oh, or is it? 2 thick walls. Grenades, much better than miniguns at least, it turns out. I don't want to destroy too much of this, because I would like it in working order very, very soon. Stop destroying my thruster craft. If we don't get the ballista first, we will lose. Mine! Yes, mine! I just shot it once by mistake. Okay, you're mine, obviously. We did a little bit of damage to the watchtower, which will be mine soon. So let's go and do the exact same to this one over here, and then we'll take over this as well. This is a bit cheap, I'll be honest, but I don't think these buildings would have done well against the battleship. The battleship would have just crushed these, so I don't feel too bad for capturing these things. Can you please stop firing? You're mostly made out of wood. Let's go for the base. I know I said I didn't want to do much damage, but even so. The grenade is really good. Why have I not been using this thing? Be quieter! You're annoying me. Well, that was not a failure. That, on the other hand, wasn't. Thank you. That goes your main weapon. So you can stop damaging the stuff I currently own. That detonated on a bit of... yeah. Well done, me. Oh no! The original ballista... no. The original thruster craft got destroyed. We must have grabbed that just in time. Okay, back in a second once I own the second one of these things, and then we can stop threatening for our lives. You may be wondering why I've taken damage, and I'm nowhere near any of the defense mechanisms in this place. Well, it turns out, let's be really cautious here, there's an NPC in the watchtower. An NPC is a little robot, which can actually use guns and stuff, which has a really annoying SMG, which does loads of damage to the player. So, I need to be really careful and try and lob a grenade in, then move out. There it is! You saw the shots. There he is! Okay, I think I hit him in the face there. In fact, I think I killed him. I just got some experience. I'm going to bet there's more than just one. Be really careful. Is that it? Is there one above us? Let's just pause time for a second. Next room, no, but there is... is that ammunition or is that natural storage? I think it's natural storage. Then up on the top, which is the main room, no, once again, no NPC. So it's only an NPC at the very bottom to scare the crap out of me. Well, thank you very much. So then, where's the AI mainframe on this thing? I see you. And there you go. Are you now under my control? You should be, but I don't think you are. So it has more than one mainframe. Oh, the NPCs respawn. Now it's under my control. The NPC was actually keeping it under control. I did not know they could do that. Oh, for the love of... why must everything be circus coloured? Damn it. I was really hoping that was just the neutral colours like the ballista, but no... of course it isn't. Well, now all we have to do is take over the houses. I assume this is going to be nice and peaceful. There's going to be no NPCs trying to kill us. But saying that, I just heard a gun go off. Why did I hear a gun go off? Pause time. Is there an NPC in here? Yes, there is. You sneaky little bugger. So you are there. In fact, I'll get underneath you and probably kill you. Stop time. Is it like there? Yes. So the grenade should hopefully damage it through the wooden panelling. Did I kill it? Hello, mainframe. Why can't it always be that easy to find? That was lovely. What's the bet this house has a mainframe and an NPC as well? And stop time. There he is next to... oh, well, that's just easy. So we fire at that pillar there, well, at least just a little bit off from that pillar, so there-ish on that black line. Or very dark brown line, one of the two. Of course I'm down here, making it far too difficult. Boom. Yay for them using wood as well, making things a lot easier for me. And my terrible aiming skills. That was bigger than expected. At least we definitely killed the NPC. This is really shocking. The difference between wood health and the health of metal is being really shown there. So there we go, complete control of the village. That took way longer than expected, but either way, let's put our little thrustercraft back where it was, and then we can start moving out against this group here once the bulwark is finished mopping up. Well, that's just rude. The Onyx Watch is already sending a force to try and take back our humble little fishing village. Now, what I would like to do before that actually gets here is send back our thrustercraft, because I'm feeling a little bit devious. What I'm going to do is lure out the defense of this tile and then send in our thrustercraft to essentially suicide into the ore foundry and see if I can take it over before it destroys the thrustercraft that just crashed into it. Don't think it's going to work, but it's going to be a lot of fun regardless. But of course, first, we have to deal with these. Fight them, yes, using the Vehicle 4, which is our battleship. I would spawn in the village, but it isn't actually repaired at the moment, so can't really do that. Let's move off the main turret, since that's always where they seem to hit. And go forth! Fire at our enemies! Why are you not using your main turret? Oh wow, that's a lot of missile hits in the same place. It did break open the wall, but only slightly. Why are you not firing? Actually, why aren't you firing? That should not be happening. Why are you not loaded? You're meant to be loaded. I don't know why that's not loaded, so a little bit concerned there. I have no idea what's going on. Now you're firing. That's meant to reload out of combat, by the way. I'm not sure why it didn't. Maybe I changed the save file to have it empty. You can do that, so I must have done that at some stage while updating it. That's completely my fault, but thankfully, although we did lose part of the front turret, we are now destroying the smaller enemies. Although one of them is getting a bit too close and causing this lag. Yay for collision physics being incredibly difficult to do when you're simulating so many blocks. Where did that one go? I imagine I can't really shoot it with much. I am repairing a lot, so I've definitely taken damage on the front. There it is! Hello, little ship! Pause time. Hello, Pinnacle. Where is your AI? Whoa, you've took way more damage than I originally thought. And there is your AI, which is nice and exposed at the moment, actually. Grenade. It's like here. Not quite. Quite difficult to hit this when I'm moving and it's moving and everything's moving around us. No, not too damaged. Bad. Come on, we can do this. I want to capture a Pinnacle. Is it mine? It's mine! I've got a Pinnacle, I've got a Pinnacle, it looks like the clown, excellent. I refuse to spawn in Onyx Watch ships until I've at least captured one. Now, although it just self-destructed, we will have the blueprint, so that's absolutely fine. And it also meant we got the full resources, rather than only, I think, like 2%, 20%, something very small, which you get from the settings I had at the very start of the campaign. Well, I should move from that. Those missiles about to hit me right in the face, but so is my own cannon. Again, I need to make a chair in this thing. AI dead on the second Pinnacle. That is... I actually don't know what that ship is. Is it the Cauldron? No! Okay, well, I don't think I've seen one of these yet. Or have I? No, I definitely have, because I've seen the side cannons. I just didn't make a note of its name. I love those frag shells so much. I am going to be changing them for flak, though, again. I think what I'm going to do is the larger cannons are going back to being flak, because they seem to do better, but the smaller ones are staying as frag. Just gets more fun, honestly. Goodbye. And there's our little Pinnacle design. to join the Clown Navy. Let's just repair that. Oh, vehicle? Why do you not have... Why do I keep on taking out the repair tentacles? Yeah, that's why it wasn't fully armed at the start. Because I've updated it with the missiles completely removed now. This room is almost completely hollow except for that side. And in doing so, I must have forgot to let it reload. Anyway, we want is repair tentacles. Oh, apparently I haven't taken out the missiles, I've just boarded it up. There we are. Pull all. Once you get close enough now, that should repair the pinnacle. There we go. 80%, 86%, okay. So how does the pinnacle actually look right now? Oh, that's just... It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. There's no other words to describe it. Our clown traitor navy is slowly gaining power. What I really want to do is have a full fleet of stolen ships fight the Onyx throne. Not my own ships, stolen Onyx Watch ships, painted like that. Part 1 of our master plan is currently underway. So what we're doing is simply destroying all of the little defences around the resource zone, and then we're going to suicide our thruster craft right into it, and try and capture it before it itself is destroyed. And there we are, that should be the finisher. Or not. Once again, not loaded. That's really silly. Our ammunition stores are absolutely fine. Oh, no, it's because it was too damaged and I'm now ignoring salvage. I'm a little bit silly. Ooh, that's not good. That actually isn't good at all. I was thinking it was on its own, but it has a couple of ships around it. Oh, it has a ballista! That is really annoying. Well, we're going to try regardless. And so the final fight begins. Now I am really concerned because we've seen other enemies now use the NPC. I don't really know what the ore foundry actually is. Maybe it does have NPCs, maybe it doesn't. Either way, it's absolutely terrifying, and we also have a tower and a ballista. I thought we only had 2 of the ballista, but apparently not. So that's going to be a little bit more nerve-wracking. Now we could simply spawn in our little battleship and have it fly off to the side, but I think that's a little bit too cheaty. So we'll be doing it the hard way, just using the thruster craft. Let's go. Can the tower fight? I'm imagining the tower can, otherwise why would it be there? Well, the ballista can fight. I think what we should do is take over the ballista, because that way we have we have a bit more health. And we've just been hit by one of the shells, sadly, so I can't see a thing again. Crash landing. Okay, let's jump away, and let's take out this thing's AIs. Yep, that definitely has NPCs, but on the upside, the tower just shot the main building. I crash landed in, like, the perfect place. Oh, I should have crash landed behind the building. That way both of these would be firing through the main building. Look how much damage it's doing. Even the grenades take forever to get through metal. Again, the difference between metal and wood in this game is so much. Thank you, tower, for destroying most of the ore foundry. Please don't completely destroy it, though. I do actually want it under my control. One side gone. There's the other side. I did just break the right part. I didn't even break the right part. I wasn't shooting the right part. Wow, absolute incompetence. I was so rushed. Okay, we're still looking okay. Seems like our hover system's broke a little bit, but that's fine. Well, we did take out the main weapon of this thing, so maybe that was actually worth it. I think it was. And I can almost see everything again now. Oh, actually I can, I'm on 100% health. Yay! Please break faster. Behind this wall, we have the mainframe. Oh, AI dead! The main building's AI dead! Quickly, quick. Take it over! Yes! Got it! Thank you, tower! Wow. Just wow. The tower managed to take over the thing for us. I'm so glad they hadn't... Okay. There's your mainframe. You're now mine. In fact, I think you were mine before that last shot, but even so. Okay, I'll check you out in a second. You need to stop that, though, because you could easily take out our thing. So let's knock you out. Well, at least there goes most of your barrel. Thankfully, barrels are a lot weaker than the rest of the components. Take out the turret first, find the AI second. I think I've taken out all of the barrels. Yeah, okay. Should be a door somewhere, and there's probably an NPC on the inside. I wonder if there's any NPCs on here. I didn't see any, and none of them were shooting at me, so I assume not. Is it mine yet? Does it look really stupid colours? Nope. Sue. Ooh, teleporter, I think. Are you a teleporter? I don't know. Next room. No AI. Pause. That's a really cool design. So, if I were an AI upon this ship, where would I be hiding? Well, there's the engine. I wouldn't really be putting it next to the engine now, would I? Again, why does that have an engine for? What on this... Actually, something is using up engine power. I wonder what that is. Is it the lights? Do the lights require engine power now? I don't know why you would have a building with engine unless you had shields. Maybe something I'm missing. Okay, back in a second when I find where the AI actually is. Oh, is it that? Okay, it's just underneath the... there it is. It's just next to the turret. So, directly above from where I am? Directly above from where I am. Going to use the NPC here, because I don't want... Sorry, the SMG. Sorry, but it's a very, very loud... Screw it, grenade. I appear to be a bit squished here, and I can't see where the AI is anymore. Let me out, please. Thank you. Inconsistent volume in this game. There we are. And jump as high as I can so I don't get hit by my own explosion. And we have a ore refinery. I wonder if that's actually collecting resource as we speak. So then, let's have a quick look at this thing. The last spoil of war. Today we are living up to being Pirate Lathrix. Ooh. What are you and what's the point in you? I don't know. I just think you look silly. I like that. Ooh. Cool design. I like it a lot. Are we gathering resources, though, is a good question. No, we're not. Do we actually have engine power on this thing? We have a tiny bit of engine power. So for now, let's just quickly put some of these down. Maybe it has some on the inside which need repairing, but for now, I just want to make sure I can actually get some resources. That should be working now, right? Running at 0%. Why? Do we not have any engine power right now? Is that engine power coming from a different thing? It could be. It is now working. What I needed to do was quickly put down some resource areas because that was the main problem. We simply had no area to store resource. The engine is working and it's located right here. It's on the inside of this little rubber section. So before we finish the episode, let's have a quick look around. So we have this main area up here, which looks like the controls for pretty much everything and the overseer's office. We have metal coolant, we have coal, and we have the section we saw earlier. Over here we have the ingot casting. In here I guess is the main smeltery. And then everything else is just perfectly accessible, and we seem to have a very small gun on the top, which never actually fired at me, so a little bit curious to see why this thing wasn't working. Perhaps it has... No, it should be working. Perhaps it has a very limited arc of fire or something. Either way, we now have the clown tower, we have the ballista, and we have our very own little ore refinery, which I'm going to get up to speed, add a few more engines, add a little bit more in the way of resource gatherers, and next episode we can start mass producing some units and perhaps introducing a couple new units into our fleet. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed the video, then of course likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that From the Depths is a series you wish to see continued in the future. We are very close to victory against the Onyx Watch. So saith Pirate Lathrix.